Hey Lee, it's Freddie. I guess you can tell that. Uh, First of all, I wanted to tell you how much I enjoyed You Had to Be There. Second of all, no, it didn't take me this long to read it. I misplaced it in one of my moves, my most recent move from Florida back to Tennessee for that last summer, and I couldn't find it. And I actually had it with me, but I couldn't find it. I finally got back to Florida, got the right thing unpacked, and found the book and finished it. And best I could tell, the only omission you made was you failed to tell people in the book, and I think this was important to your story, that you knew the youngest old hippie in the world, and I'm still that because you called me that. You told me I was the youngest old hippie in the world when I was 19. And you've never told me any different, so I assume I'm still the youngest old hippie in the world. But I know when you're writing a book, there's a lot of details and a lot of stuff, and believe me, I can understand how that got overlooked, so it's not a big deal. But I wanted to get you a good copy, or as good a copy as I could get you, of the song a friend of mine that Wilson wrote, On Your Dove, 50 years ago or so. Told me he's sat down playing your guitar and was thinking about this song, and it was going to be about something altogether different. And 2 hours later, he had this song written. It had come out to be about you, and it had come out sounding more like you than him, in his opinion. And he said he heard that guitar play at him for so long that when he played on it, it was like it was you playing at him. So this is called A Friend of Mine, and I hope you enjoy it. I know I can't really do it justice like Wilson could, but at least you'll have some idea of what Wilson was trying to do, and you know him well enough, you could probably figure out how much better this could be if I was a better guitar player. I also figured out not too long ago that if I was a better skier, I'd get better scores in tournaments. It's funny how it works out. All right, man, I hope you enjoy this. Let me tell you about a man I knew not long ago, a friend of mine who walks a lonely road. He was pushing 25, selling leather on the side. With his guitar was lying at home. He'd watch the people passing by, and he'd wonder what to do about his life and how he'd make his way. The dreams he dreamed put color in a world that seemed so gray. He wanted something better than today. He couldn't seem to put together all the things he knew. The understanding would not come his way. So he'd just lock the doors and head on home and wait for another day. He'd roll a number tune and then he'd play. As he sat and played alone, he'd think 1,000 thoughts of home, how he thought he'd come so different from before. He would pass away the time with thoughts of innocence and wine. He'd sail the ocean on his ships of fantasy. His mind and soul were captive by the glowing of the fire. Flames would dance upon his hidden tears. His Music was the only thing he'd ever learned to love, and sometimes even that would make him cry. He always thought he knew the way to the places of his mind. The distance didn't seem to be so far. I hope someday we meet again, should time return him home. He's a friend of mine who always walks alone. There it is. And I don't know whether this is a good thing or a bad thing, but that was about the 6th take, and that was the best I've done. And if I had a studio and a producer and a band and, well, I have all that, but it's all in Murfreesboro, and I'm not there. I'm in Florida, in a little apartment with nothing but a phone. But that's what you get. I hope you find this found you happy and may put a smile on your face. And I miss you. I miss playing with you. I miss hanging out with you. And I miss talking to you. And which reminds me, I seem to have lost your phone number, because the phone number I have for you is no good. I don't know whether it got corrupted or you changed phones, but if you would send me a phone number, I would call you. Or you can call me at 615-631-7611. Now, if you grabbed a pen and tried to write that down and ran out of time, it's 615-631-7611. All right, man. I hope you're having a great day. See you, Lee.